and welcome to the eFresh.com news. My name is Kim and these are today's headlines. California declares emergency after 3 years of drought. Bird flu detected in second quail farm in central Japan. EU flour imports continue to rise. South Korea's U.S. beef imports back on upward slope. After 3 exceptionally dry years, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger declared a state of emergency amid a prolonged drought. In March, water supplies for agriculture will be curtailed during certain periods. The measure will likely hit farmers hard in the state's Central Valley that is among the country's chief agricultural areas and where massive fields must be irrigated. Schwarzenegger estimated that the drought could cost the state's agriculture sector more than $2 billion. Much of the state's water comes from snowmelt in the Sierra Nevada mountains. The snow cover last year was just 69% of normal levels. Birds from a second quail farm in the central Japanese city of Toyohashi tested positive for the highly pathogenic H7N6 strain of bird flu. The authorities inspected quail farms within 5-kilometer radius of a farm where the H7N6 virus was detected and found the birds at another farm had been infected. About 260,000 birds have been culled since last week. Quails and chickens as well as eggs have been banned for shipment until further inspections prove all 24 farms within the area are virus-free. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, no quail had died of the virus and no humans had been infected. According to the European Union import statistics, the increase in imports of cut flowers to the European Union continued in the year 2007. The main reason is the increasing production of cut flowers in Africa and South America, while the production of cut flowers in Europe is stagnating. In 2007, the EU imports rose to 210,140 tons, an increase of 4.8% if compared to the year 2006. With a 42.2% share in 2007, Kenya continues to lead the countries that export cut flowers to the EU, while Colombia holds a second place with a consistent share of 11.8%, followed by Ecuador with a share of 10.3%. South Korea's U.S. beef imports have started to increase again after a 2-month consecutive decline. According to a report released by the state-run Korea Agriculture Trade Information, the import volume of U.S. beef last month amounted to 5,054 metric tons, 2.5% higher than December's 4,933 tons. January shipments were orders that have been made in November and December last year, the Korea Agriculture Trade Information said. As Korean won kept sliding down against the U.S. dollar, local importers were discouraged to cut back or hold off orders. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com news. See you next time.